Anyway, I demurred because I didn't want to scare Aaron, our substitute engineer.
Yeah.
We don't want to. We get a little crazy on the show with Joe sometimes, and but Aaron, we just want to take it easy on Aaron. So
That's it.
welcome Aaron to the show. This is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Cliff is mumbling around back there. You heard him. He will speak forthrightly soon enough. But we're on, of course, KCAA 1050 AM and 102.3 and 106.5. On the FM, our on-air number for all of those who want to call in with comments or questions on real estate is 888-909-1050. And for those of you who are listening at another time or day, you can call us at 800-396-1501. Leave us a message of any length, including your contact information, and we will get back to you. And Cliff, we have one of the things that we have on this show that really distinguishes us is we have a real honest-to-God live real estate expert, and his name is Cliff Gager. And without further ado, let me introduce Cliff Gager. Cliff, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely amazing. Amazing.
We slept enough the last 2 days.
Yeah, we had an event on Thursday, and it was in downtown LA. Actually, downtown, was it Century City or Studio City, or what was that over there? It's more like Santa Monica and Beverly Hills.
It was kind of like that.
On the border of everything.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say it's on the border of several things.
Yeah, it was great. We spoke at Lloyd Siegel's LAREIC is what he said.
Los Angeles Real Estate Investing Club.
Yeah, and it was amazing. We had a good audience. We had a lot of people there. I got to teach them how to become honey badger real estate investors. And in case you don't know, honey badgers, they don't care. They take what they want. They do what they want. And when you are a real estate investor, you have to take control. Like Jake says, you have to be the expert.
You really do.
And that's what we do, is we bring the power of expertise to your fingertips by giving you the knowledge. And of course, everybody knows knowledge is power. And when you have the knowledge and you can go out there and make offers that will produce profitable real estate deals, that makes you a honey badger, because you don't care what anybody says. If somebody says, hey, you can't do that here in this town, well, you know what we say? We don't care. We're going to do it anyways.
Well, and I want to talk about this. I'm glad you brought this up, because I had a recent experience today. I called into certain organizations on a criminal matter, and I was trying to find out some information. I talked to the district attorney. I talked to one of the victim advocates there, and she said things to me. And, 30 years in the legal profession, I just did my first time at the rodeo, but
right.
I'm making the rounds, because I mostly did civil. I didn't do a lot of criminal, and I had a couple of questions about this particular case. And so I'm calling them, and they're not telling me correct stuff.
It's amazing.
And it's not just one; it's multiple people. I was talking with somebody about a restraining order, and the district attorney sent me the restraining order, copy of the restraining order, and it was cut off on the left margin. And the significance of this, for anybody who wants to know, is on the left margin. That's where they have the check boxes. And right next to the check boxes are the provisions of the order that the judge wants followed. And they cut it off so that you couldn't see what was checked. And so it was like they sent me. It was like a waste. It was a waste of time. They sent this to me. But this is an official representative of the district attorney. I'm like, come on, guys. And in some cases they're colleagues, and you don't want to jump into their stuff. So I'm calling some of these other individuals, and they're saying, oh well, it's a restraining order, so it's mutual. All those restraining orders are mutual. And I said, wait a minute. The other person's name isn't on it. How could it be mutual?
How could
Oh,
it be
well, I know,
mutual?
but that doesn't matter. It's just usually that they're mutual. And I'm saying, hold on a minute. That's not right. And I know that's not right. And why do I know that those things are not right, Cliff?
Because you're an expert.
Practice law for 30 years.
Yeah.
32
And,
years. And
so
I
it's
know
amazing that when you ask questions of other people who are, quote, in the authority position
Yep.
and are the professionals
Yep.
and, in charge of people's lives,
Yep.
and they don't know the correct answer. So I don't believe anybody, Jake. I don't believe anybody
Well,
anymore.
and think about the emotional impact of that. Like I said, it's not my first time at the rodeo. I just didn't fall off the turnip truck as it came into town around the corner. I know what I'm doing, and I have a sense of perspective. I have a sense of equanimity, and that means that I stay calm when somebody says something wackadoodle and crazy. I don't get excited. I just, everybody can see the video. I just moderate.
You maintain
Tone, and I maintain. But what happens if they said that to somebody else? And it's like, oh my God, I've got a restraining order. I didn't even know. Oh my God, why do I have a restraining? Why didn't I get a notification of the hearing? Aren't I supposed to get served? What happened to due process? What is becoming of this country?
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on that. But anyways,
the point is that. And you know that I say this, Cliff. I say this more than you do. You have to become the expert. You have to. There's no other way. I'm sorry. You have to become the expert. And if you don't, people will say stuff to you like this. How do I know? Because dudes and dudettes, they say things like this all the time. People shoot their mouths off. They may have certifications. They may have business licenses.
Right.
They may have college degrees. They may have bar licenses. They may be a judge. That doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're talking about. And you go, Cliff is saying in his mind right now, because I'm looking at him and I can see, because his face to me is like an open book. It appears impassive to you, but to me it's just like an open book. And I was saying, there goes Jake again. Jake's going crazy.
Building a watch.
Jake may be going crazy, but no, I'm telling the truth. It's that way. It's that way. Oh, how I wish that I could tell everybody that it's that way. Wait a minute. I'm on the radio. I am telling you.
You're doing that. And so, anyways, back to real estate.
But it's true. The same thing with real estate.
It's the same thing with almost everything. And in fact, when you start learning things and you start discovering things by doing them and they actually work, or you go down, and this is something that you taught me, is, if you're going to say something, you better make sure you really know that that's the truth. And the only way to know, like you're saying in law, there'll be a case and there'll be a citation, meaning, there'll be a reference that says, oh, if you don't believe that this happened, check this thing out right here. And, with fake news all over the place and fake Facebook people and fake YouTube video likes and views, and there's so much fake stuff out here, you have to really know what you're doing. So when it comes to real estate, if you go into real estate, Jake, and you talk to a real estate agent that just got their license, they've been on the job for 6 months or a year or even less. I mean, everybody has a first day, and you have to be aware that the person that you're working with does not know everything unless they can back it up with factual data or documentations saying that this is the fact. So when I go in and I say, hey, I want to make an offer on a property and I want to do it this way, and they tell me that I can't do that, that's where the honey badger comes out. That's where
the honey badger comes out. Exactly.
And the honey badger says, wait a minute, I don't give a crap. I will do it the way that I want to. In fact, if we want to do the radio show, if we want to do the radio show the way I want to do it, you can't have a partner. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
No, and if you go and you watch the honey badger video on YouTube, the honey badger has several encounters with other denizens of the desert and the forest.
Yep.
And he
Right.
goes, for example, and he talks to a cobra, a king cobra.
Yep.
And the king cobra says, you can't eat me. And
Leave
the honey
me
badger
alone.
says, I beg your pardon, I can eat you. So the cobra says, I'm going to bite you.
Yeah.
And so the honey badger gets bitten, and the honey badger just stretches his paws and says,
I'm gonna
oh,
take a
it's time
nap."
for a nap now, but I'll be back.
Yeah.
And so the honey badger goes and takes his nap, then he wakes up again, he rips the head off the cobra and eats the cobra.
Yeah. It's funny.
Because the
But
honey
that's what,
badger, the
and
honey
that's what
badger
happened.
went to a bee colony, and he said, I heard him say it, he said, Mr. Bee, he got all the bees in a little bee assembly hall, and he said, I want your honey. And the bees went, no, we're not going to do that. And so he just started eating the honey, and the bees said, we're going to sting you, we're going to sting you. And he doesn't care. Didn't care. But he got his honey. He got that sweet, beautiful honey.
Skinned.
And that's what you have to be.
Because he's thick-skinned. And
Yep.
see, when you're thick-skinned, you walk into that real estate office and you say, I want to put an offer in this way. And they say, no, you have to do it this way. And then you say, okay, we'll use your money to buy the deal then. Right?
Well, and we talk to people about this, and we've got about 10 seconds left, so I tell you what, I'm going to break the station. This is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. We will be back on this tack about being the expert after these messages.
Real Estate
Aaron,
Expert
take us
Online
out.
Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com. Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars. Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time. Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website? Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for. Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy. I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus. Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
You know, John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
RealestateExpertOnline.com. Cliff strategies are the real deal.
RealestateExpertOnline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. RealestateExpertOnline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, RealestateExpertOnline.com worked for us.
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey, we are right back. We're right back right now. So, well, Jake, once he figures out that his mic is muted, he'll be back with us too. So, we'll get a little notice over there too on the.
Well, I was just listening to you talk. You picked up the show, and I thought, I always break in on that. Let me just let him do it and see how he does it. And you did a really good job. And so thank you, Cliff. And this is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. And we're talking about being the expert. And I don't know whether we had planned on doing that, but this is just one thing that just really gets to me. It irritates me. And we have, we do events, of course, and we've got one coming up on the 25th and the 26th at let's see, let me see if I can, it's
the Courtyard.
Century City and Beverly Hills, Courtyard Marriott. It is at 10320 West Olympic Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, and it's on the 25th and the 26th. We have people come up to us, Cliff. You don't know this. You're off usually in some other area of the room. We have people come up to us and talk about, what are we going to learn and what are we going to do? And one of the things I said, well, you're going to learn this and you're going to learn this, but you know what? Right. You're going to have fun. And people really do have fun, and they get very motivated and they get very inspired. We have people talking and they say, I've only been to one other event and that inspired me as much as this one. And it was the event of ABC Life Insurance Company, Chartered Life Underwriters, and Certified Public Accountants. No, I'm kidding. But they say that they get really excited and they get really motivated, and that's what you need. We have these people, and one of the things we teach is to be the expert. We teach you how to be the expert. We have a real live real estate expert. We provide coaching that's available, and yet people have to break through this fear, this tremendous fear that they have that when somebody says to them they can't do something just because they have a license or a certificate or a degree of some kind, they take that as gospel truth, and it derails them. And it derails them from what? The personal financial revolution, which is another thing that we talk about all the time. This is like, it freaks me out because this is death. I mean, this is your death. This is your economic death if you don't do this. And we want you to do it. We take it very seriously. We see people all the time. And yet we have people who we say, and Cliff will say, go ahead and do this. And they go ahead and they do exactly the opposite thing. And they get in trouble. And they'll come back to Cliff. And Cliff will say, well, why didn't you do that?
Well, Jake, there's one thing that I do, and I put a specific set of terms, and I have those always written into a contract.
Well, that's why I get a little excited just before you get going on it. I get a little excited because this is serious stuff, folks. We take this seriously. We take your personal financial revolution seriously. We have no stake in you not succeeding. We want you to succeed. And one of the problems is that people do, get caught up in this thing because they've been trained. They've been trained to believe authority. They've been trained, and you were talking earlier about truth. Some say that we are in a post-truth world where people can just shoot off their mouths and say anything, and it will be taken as truth. And that kind of dovetails into the whole expert thing. Anyway, getting back to you.
So, yeah, basically, there's a subset of terms that I add to every single contract. And it's one of the first things I teach you guys. You know, if you come to our property tour in 2 weeks from today, actually,
that's right.
It gives you this set of rules that you're adding to the contract, and they're your rules. It's the honey badger rules. And when it just drives me crazy, Jake, because I say, you know, how important it is to have this in here for specific things. And then someone will call me and they'll say, hey, I'm having a problem with this contract. And I'm like, well, that's no problem. Since you put the terms in there like we talked about, that covers that. And that gives you the power in the negotiating process where they can't do what they're saying because of this thing in there. And then they sheepishly say, I forgot to put them in there. And it's like, you know, it's very disheartening. And then you have to really work hard or do things that you don't want to do in a contract in order to go around that. But it's just simple, little expert things that make your life better, make your contract smarter, stronger, and give you the power of control in a negotiation. And if they accept that, if they accept those terms, then they're accepting your authority in that transaction. And, you know, if it gets all the way down to court, you know, let's say something happens and you end up going to court for specific performance, whether it's you or them or whatever, the judge is going to say, let's look at the contract, because the contract is the rules for how everyone is going to act in this transaction. So you have to think of a contract beyond it's a legal document. Oh, it's a contract. A lot of people don't even know what the definition of contract means, but let me tell you what a honey badger contract is. A honey badger contract is a set of rules that will guide me as a buyer, you as a seller. It'll tell the title company exactly what they're going to do. It tells the insurance company exactly what they're going to do. It's going to tell the other real estate agent exactly what they're going to do. And when everybody signs off on this, this is what the rules are for this particular thing. Bearing that it's legal. Now, if there's a law that negates one thing in your contract, it doesn't throw away the whole contract. It just negates that one thing. But, you know, 30-something years, or close to 30, Jake keeps pushing me into 30. It's 27 years.
Yeah, you're a little less than I am.
27 years experience of putting in offers. I have absolutely no idea how many offers I put in. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands probably. And they all come down to you have to be in control. If you have the control in the contract, then you make the rules. You make the guidelines. You are the one that says, when the realtor says, hey, you didn't do this, and you say, well, that's because this part of the contract says I don't have to. And you know, if you don't put that in there, Jake, it's not even one line. I think it's like one sentence that we tell them, and we give you that for free at the event. So if you're in town, not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after, which is the 25th and 26th, we're going to be in Beverly Hills, the Courtyard by Marriott. It's Courtyard by Marriott, Los Angeles, Century City, Beverly Hills. So it's in that little corridor there where it's, bordering those areas. It's right down the street, I think, from Fox Studios. I think it's right down the street there.
We actually give away several things free during the 2-day event. And I think maybe what we ought to do is just defer until the next break is over, because we're coming up on it, and talk about the other things that we give free. But we really give some incredible things. And people ask, about these things all the time. So let's do that. Let's get back to that. This is Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. We're going to have Aaron take us out to the spots, and we will see you on the other side. Aaron?
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars. Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus, the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time. Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website? Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. Realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for. Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy. I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus. Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
You know, John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
realestateexpertonline.com. Cliff's strategies are the real deal.
realestateexpertonline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. realestateexpertonline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, realestateexpertonline.com worked for us.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Well, all right, and we are back once again. Aaron has done an excellent job so far today. Thank you, Aaron. This is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff, and we were talking about the things we typically do at the events, and we talked about how people really get inspired, and they really get high on the whole process. And we also talked about how we tell them that they need to be the experts, but we really give a lot of valuable things. So one of the things we do, Cliff just talked about in the last segment, he talked about how we teach you how to write the purchase agreement. And this is really important, of course, because until you submit the offer, nothing happens, right, Cliff?
Nothing happens, especially if you don't turn your mute button back on. So yeah, nothing. Exactly right. That's funny. I get you all the time because you forget, and then now I forget.
You do.
So it's karma coming back, right? So no, it basically, if if you're doing all the right things that we show you at our event, the property tour, we take you out and we show you houses. We take you out and we show you what repairs to do. We sit you down and show you how to fill out a contract. We show you what terms to use. We show you how to negotiate. We show you how to get the repairs for the right price. We show you how to negotiate with the contractor, and we show you how not to get ripped off by the contractor. Well, I know prominent people that try to work deals with contractors, and the contractors try to rip them off left and right. Nothing against contractors, nothing against other people in this industry, nothing against the attorneys, the realtors, the title people, but everybody is doing their job and they think they're an expert, so you need to know exactly what they're doing so they don't pull one over on you,
Well, they portray themselves as an expert.
Right.
But they may just like that experience I had. I mean, where they say, all restraining orders are mutual. And
Yeah.
I'm like, sweetheart.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
But you
Why
can't
are you
convince them or
saying
tell them
that?
because
No, you can't.
who are you?
You can't.
So what you need to do is you need to be able to identify the situations.
Yeah, you just
and
need
know. Yeah, and you need to
Yeah.
know. So when you're working with a contractor, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but in the past I've had dozens of people call me, and guess when they call me, Jake? It's always before the big mistakes are made or
Right.
after.
Right.
It's after. They
It's
always call.
after.
They're
Right.
like, Cliff, help me.
They say, you wanted me to put the roof on upside down, right?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, but I'm calling you now. You wanted me to do that, right?
No,
So I
no, they
did,
say
right?
exactly this. I didn't go to your training, but I knew you talked about it on the radio show, and you talked about contractors and how to deal with them. And I didn't go to your training, but will you help me anyways? And,
Now that I've completely screwed everything up.
yeah, and sometimes if all it takes is spending 2 days with Jake and I to learn these strategies. Now, what I hear all the time on the contractor side is I'm doing a property, the contractor got paid for the materials up front, they didn't buy any materials. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that was something
just a
that you
recent
never
one, wasn't
do.
it? Right.
Well, this happens time after time after time. Yes, and this was a recent one as well.
And then it was, okay, and I need another $10,000 to pull the permits.
No. The permits have been accepted and signed off, and we're all approved. We're ready to go to the next level.
Okay.
I need another draw, and then they find out the owner of the property who's getting the repairs done finds out they never pulled the permits. So
Never
now,
pulled.
$20,000, no materials, no permits, and they haven't even started the process. And all the things that were done to the house were all subpar, which now need to be removed and replaced again. So literally that person now is out all this money and out all of this time, like a tremendous amount of time. And I teach you how to avoid that. I teach you how to get rid of those problems. I teach you how to work to your advantage to where people are waiting for you to give them the money for the jobs that they do. You never want to be in the position where you pay someone and they say, okay, we're all paid up now. I'll be back to finish up all the rest of the stuff. And then they never show up,
Never show up.
At all. And or they come back 2-3 years later and they want more work from you. And you're like, wait a minute, you didn't even finish the job that you started.
Yeah.
And when you're in the business of flipping houses, you have to have dependable people. You have to have a title company that when you call them up on the phone on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, somebody's going to answer the phone. If you have a title problem and you run into a situation where you need to know what the answer is in like the next hour to know whether you're going to make a deposit go hard or not, you need to have those answers right then and there. So we teach you, Jake. We teach them exactly how to engage people that are going to work for them. This person in the title company, this person as a contractor, this person as a real estate agent, the termite company, the home inspector, the person that goes out there and finds you leads, whether it's buyers, sellers, houses, whatever, they work for the honey badger. And that's just the way you have to be. And we teach you these things in 2 days. I mean, literally in 2 days, we can give them enough information to do what, Jake? Go out and buy properties.
Well, and that's what the guy, one of the guys who talked to me last on Thursday evening, said, am I going to learn, everything that I need to know? And of course, there are no guarantees in life. I'm from the Tommy Boy school of guarantees. But I won't. There's a very and if nobody knows what I'm talking about, go to the movie Tommy Boy. You can find it on the internet, and go to the a part of the movie where Tommy Boy talks to the person who wants to buy from him about what a guarantee actually is. We won't tell you, but it's humorous, and it expresses the point really well. But there are no guarantees, and we don't give any guarantees. And so he was coming to me, and he wanted to know, Jake, this is going to give me everything that I need to know. And I said, well, there's going to be a time when you're going to come up against something, no matter how much information we give you, and you won't retain it, or you won't remember it, or you'll get tongue-tied at a critical moment, and you won't know, or somebody may ask it a different way than what you were used to. Right. Instead of throwing you a fastball, they may throw you a slider or a curve. It's still a baseball. Right. But because we said, all right, they're going to throw a baseball at you, and you didn't tell me it was a slider, and there may be a problem there. So we can't cover all those things. Yeah. But I said, Cliff is going to be there for you. He's not the kind of guy who will leave you hanging on that.
That's right.
But no, we can't tell you that you're going to, be able to cover everything. If you contact us, we'll tell you how to cover everything.
But we teach them how to get started.
And we do that. Right.
To go out there and put, like I asked the question. I asked the question that I always ask in front of a large group of people. Yeah. How many people put an offer in today? I don't think anybody raised their hands. No. How many people put an offer in this week? And I think 1 or 2 people put. And then I says, how many people put an offer in this month? And maybe 5 or 10 people, and there was 90 people in the room, Jake, and these were people that were real estate investors or want to be real estate investors, and they just don't understand that the only way you are ever going to get a piece of property in your name from someone else is you have to make the offer. So we focus on this training on how to create the offer, how to make the offer, how to present the offer, what terms to use, what terms to give them in the beginning and take away from them in the end to get them to negotiate to your numbers and to your terms. And then from there, we teach you, how to do the repairs. We teach you how to do the costing, the pricing, and know what the repairs are going to cost and which repairs to do or not to do. And we also teach them one of the most important things is the structure of your business. A lot of people, they sell the thing for $100,000 and you get everything. Well, I'll tell you, it's not $100,000 and we give you almost everything. and what we give you on that first day is the advice on how to structure yourself to protect yourself, to protect your business, to protect your family, to protect your assets and your wealth that you're building along the way.
That's right. I talk about the 2 most dangerous words in the whole field of asset protection.
Yeah, and isn't it asset
and
protection?
And how to avoid them. No, that you have to come and listen to my talk to do that.
Yeah. Because
I'm not going to give away what those 2 words are.
Right. You've got to show up to this event.
You can find out for free if you come and listen to my presentation.
That's right. It's not free, but he'll give it to you for the best price value. Yeah, but we do give a lot of freebies away that a lot of other people charge thousands.
We give a lot of valuable stuff. I mean, there are guys who do these bus tours, and all they do, it's like entertainment. Right. And it's like they entertain you. Yeah. They charge you $25,000 to $30,000 to do it, and they don't teach you anything. So it's like, do I want to be entertained or do I want to learn real estate? We think we want to teach real estate. We don't think that we want to actually do that. And Aaron is telling us that we need to break the station. So with that, Real Estate Expert Online radio show, we will be right back after these messages. Aaron, go ahead and take us out.
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online radio show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars. Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus, the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time. Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website? Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. Realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for. Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy. I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus. Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
You know, John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
realestateexpertonline.com. Cliff's strategies are the real deal.
realestateexpertonline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. realestateexpertonline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, realestateexpertonline.com worked for us.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Expert Online radio show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Well, okay, we're back, and I think we're going into the last segment here, and we're talking about the things that we do in the events, because we want you to come. We want you to come to the event. We want you to see what it is that we do. We want to have you learn the things, and one of the things we were talking about before the break was how important it is to put in the offer, and how people, they just don't put in the offer. And we tell the story, and I've told it many times. This just happened last year in Portland. Somebody called me after purchasing one of our products, called me frantic, said, because we have a delay in our videos, you can only watch one video every 4 days because we want you to actually study it. And there's homework assignments and stuff, and we want you to do those. We just don't want you to blow through all the videos. And this person was frantic. They were in a frenzy. They were in anxious state of mind, and they said, there's got to be something faster than this. I spent money on this, and I've got bills to pay, and I've got to do this. And Cliff said, okay, how many offers did you put in today?
I know.
Dead silence.
None.
No, it didn't even say none. There was just dead silence.
So
and
you
it
have
went
to
on
do
for a long time, and Cliff said, nothing's going to happen until you
take action.
And it just knocked him completely back on their heels. And this is the thing, that it's one thing to go and be entertained about people who are talking to you about, your financial dreams and vacations and great cars and great houses and stuff like that. It's another thing to actually chart a plan and implement a plan to have your very own personal financial revolution, which, as we talk about, could be nothing more than an extra $500 a month in your pocket.
Yeah. And that's why, I want to stress really, really, really highly that if you want to go to this event, it's really important that you go sign up today. It's liverealestateevents.com. We have seating for about 30 people. And what's happening, Jake, is the more events we do, the more popular it becomes. And we've done a few events in outlying areas, and it's kind of hard to get a large crowd when you don't have a large population. But this one is in LA. It's 2 weeks away. And out of the 30 seats, I think we almost have 24 seats taken. So seriously, if you're really thinking about going to this, we keep them small simply because I answer questions. I mean, if you've ever gone to any type of training where they teach you how to do something, they always tell you no questions, just take notes, and the speaker will help you at the end of the event. And then the end of the event comes, and there's no speaker because they ran out the back door because they want you to buy a product.
And that's what they do, too. That's exactly what they do.
So it leaves the people with questions in the room, so the only way that they can come up with solutions is to buy the huge, ridiculously $40,000, $50,000 product. I'm telling you, I will not try to sell you a $40,000, $50,000 product. I promise you that. But what I will do along the way is if you have questions, we're going to answer them. If you have a question on a technique of how it works, you're going to be clear when you leave there, or at least I'm going to cover it enough for you to be clear. So what does they say? What do they say? Some results may vary.
Yeah.
But when you
your results may vary.
Yeah, your results may vary. So when you sit with a small group of people, and I love doing this. I've been doing this for many, many, many years. The purpose is you're sitting next to a guy named Jim, and Jim asks these questions after questions after questions, and they're all questions that you had, but you were kind of maybe shy or afraid to ask because, well, if I ask that, they're going to think I'm dumb. And people think that. They think that if I ask a question, they're going to think I'm stupid, so they just never ask the question. But then Jim next to you says, hey, how about this, that, or the other thing? And people are like, oh, my God, I'm glad he asked that question because I want to know the answer. Right. So I like the ability of doing these small groups. It really produces high-quality products, and you being the product of my training and Jake's information that he gives you. When you take what we give you and then you go out and utilize it, it produces deals. It produces the great possibility of putting transactions together and the great possibility of doing it the right way. And we've got right now, we've got about 20 to 24 seats. I have to do an actual count after the show, Jake. So if you're thinking about going to this, we've got room for 30 people. I think it was 30 people. And that means that it's 6 more opportunities are there. So if you are thinking about getting into real estate investing, you never thought of getting into real estate investing, you want to find out how simple and easy it can be with the right tools, and if you want to increase your business that you're doing investing right now. Jake, you've had many people come up to you and say, you know, I've been doing this for years, and I learned more with Cliff in these 2 days than I have in the last year of actually doing it.
We have realtors who say that to us.
Yeah. And so it's liverealestateevents.com. Go there now. The event is going to be in Los Angeles. It's at the Courtyard, Los Angeles, Century City, Beverly Hills. It's 10320 West Olympic Boulevard in LA. It's August 25th and 26th. Go to the website immediately if you want to go, because this is going to sell out today. And go sign up for the event. It will be probably the best 2 days that you invest into yourself.
It'll absolutely be. It'll absolutely be, Cliff.
And Jake, if they never, ever, ever buy an investment property, but only buy one house for themselves,
right?
It could mean the difference of paying $50,000 to $100,000 too much for a house that they might save by using my strategy.
Because one of the things we teach is how to properly evaluate a house, so that you know how much the house costs. Because one of the things that you say, and to a lot of people this sounds counterintuitive, you make your money when you buy, and the natural question that may arise once a person is able to shake off that, because that's a counterintuitive statement, you make your money when you buy, is how do I know how much money I'm going to make? Well, you have to know how to evaluate the property. Well, I can do that
for free.
I can just use Zillow, or I can use these other online services, and they'll show me, won't they?
Or the best is, but the realtor said.
The realtor knows. He has a license. I know that he was a Starbucks barista just last month, but they know. He knows. He's professional. He's been to school.
It's great. It's crazy. So you need to be the expert. We produce Honey Badger real estate investors. You're going to be an expert in making that offer. You're going to be an expert in presenting that offer. And the only way that you can do that is attending our event. It's liverealestateevents.com. Go sign up today, liverealestateevents.com. And we look forward to seeing you there. Jake, take us out.
All right, very good. This has been the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff and Aaron in the engineering booth. Thanks, everybody.
Aaron.
We'll see you the next time.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. The real estate investing revolution has only just begun. Want more information on your own personal revolution? Go to realestateexpertonline.com or call 1-800-396-1501. The owners of the show, this station, or any of its affiliates want you to know that real estate investing is risky. You could lose your entire investment. Topics and opinions expressed in the show are for informational and entertainment purposes, not professional advice or even factual reporting. The owners disclaim any responsibility to supplement, correct, or modify the content of any broadcast. Nothing in this content shall be construed to create an agreement with this disclaimer, encourage evasion or disobedience to any law, or constitute a submission to jurisdiction in any state or country. Persons or entities referred to are entirely fictional. No reference to an actual person or entity is intended, but is entirely coincidental.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM.